Greetings and salutations, YouTube. My name is Etchy Charmed, and today we'll be doing a video on the Mage of Doom. And even though I said so in my last video, I won't be doing a Solix Captor voice, mainly because I just realized he's not really one of the Homestuck characters I kind of like to voice. So, sorry for all you Solix Captor fans who were looking forward to that. Like, if I remember to at the end of the video, I'll list off the characters that I can voice so that you'll know who to look forward to later on down the road. But with that out of the way, here we go! The Mage class is one of the understanding classes of Homestuck, the active counterpart to the Seer, and the inverse of the Heir. While Seers guide their allies through the path, a certain kind of path, mages forge that path themselves and then walk it themselves. And while they walk it, that path being, their aspect and stuff, and then as they walk that path, they better understand their aspect and then learn how to work around it or control it in some way. However, a drawback to mages is that they suffer negative effects of their aspect. Kind of like how Mulin is the Mage of Hearts, so she suffered from, relationship issues with Kurlaws, and Solix, well, being the Mage of Doom, that should be self-explanatory. However, with that suffering, they learn how to, work around it, and then learn how to control their aspect while, dealing with it. Another thing about mages is that they shouldn't be too focused on the negative aspects of their aspect, and be open to new insights and perspectives. Onto the Doom aspect. The Doom aspect is the inverse of life and has to do with Doom itself, rules, regulations, restrictions, limitations, decreasing, suppression, and possibly even death, if I haven't already said that. Doom players... Oh, and self-sacrifice. I say self-sacrifice because considering what Solix and Mituna have done in Homestuck, Doom players are probably going to have to do something to sacrifice themselves. Whether it's like a body part or something, or their life force or something. Oh yes. Doom players usually deal with suppression, kind of like how, suppression, like, if things are out of control or something, Doom players deal with suppression so that they can keep things from going out of control. Kind of like how Ponyo's dad suppressed her magical power so that they couldn't go out of control, if that makes any sense. Aspect, suppression. I apologize. I'm sure there's more to add to that, but I can't remember that right now, so I'll put that in the comments below after this video. Now, or unless I suddenly remember it in the middle of this video. But anyway, onto the Mage of Doom themselves. The Mage of Doom is the inverse of, as you can probably guess, the Heir of Life, and is also the god tier of Solix Captor. The Mage of Doom, like Solix, basically, like I said earlier, Mages of Doom forge paths themselves instead of leading their allies through it. And unfortunately, that path is probably going to involve lots of, doom, death, and self-sacrifice. So, my apologies to any Mages of Doom watching this video. And So, with Doom, I'm sorry for the rambling. With Doom, even with all the suffering and self-sacrifice that they do, they'll be able to they'll be able to think of ways to work around the rules and regulations and limitations that come with reality. Kind of with Solix creating the Subgrub game, and him, once he lost his eyesight, realizing, hey, I thought of a plan besides just sitting here waiting to die at the hands of Jack Noir. So he launched the meteor. So he used the last bit of his psionic powers to launch the meteor through the. Oh crap! I feel horrible not remembering this. Green Miles, I think it was. Yeah, I believe that was it. I'll have to look it up later. I feel like a noob not being able to remember that, but another example of self-sacrificing would be. Oh, I already said me too. Gosh damn it, this video is rambling. So, basically, yeah. When it comes to combat, a Mage of Doom, I don't think they'll have any specific combative powers or abilities. So, Mages of Doom are probably rather flexible, ironically, even though Doom has to do with restrictions and limitations. If you're a Mage of Doom, your powers will probably manifest in varied ways, since, Solix and Mituna are psionics and they can fire laser beams and have psionic powers and stuff, and we haven't seen any human Doom players in Homestuck, so sorry. So, if you'll excuse all that rambling, I believe that's all I have to say on the matter. If there's anything I forgot, like I said before, I'll leave it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, then please like and share it. If you'd like to see more videos like this, then please leave a request in the comments below and subscribe. And, like I said earlier, the voices I guess I could say I'm skilled at that I like to do would be Equius Hawk, Jake English, John Egbert, Dave Strider, Tavros Nitrum, and Gamzee Makara, I believe. So, yeah. Look forward to having their god tiers voiced, later on down the road. So, yeah, I believe that's all I have to say on the matter. So, I bid you dudes, dudettes, and others adieu. Don't strive to be flawless, but to be less flawed. And, bye.